I am the changeless Brahman, which is realized when both elation at having gained what one desires and depression at not having gained it are transcended. I've just recorded this video, but I forgot to press the capture button, so I have to do it again and watch out for the depression at not having gained what I wanted. So here we go again. When the sun shines and the objects of the world are seen in that light, I am the pure consciousness that is in the middle between these two, and which is the very self of the light and of the illumined object. So we've got the sun shining down on an object, and the sun illumines this object. But there's also awareness describing this situation, and it's through that awareness that we can say that this is happening. So it's actually awareness that is illuminating the sun and illuminating the object, as well as illuminating the description whereby the sun shines on the object. So it's actually consciousness which illumines everything. Because without consciousness, without awareness, we couldn't say that anything exists. We can hypothesize that something exists, that a universe exists with nothing in it. But that's only a hypothesis. And again, that hypothesis arises within consciousness. I am that pure consciousness of Brahman, which exists unbroken in the waking, dream and deep sleep states, and which is therefore the fourth or the transcendental state. So here we've got again talk of the waking, dream and deep sleep states, which is normally taken literally from the traditional yogic point of view, although from the point of view of self-inquiry they're usually understood as typifying our cognitive process and our lack of awareness of awareness. From the point of view of self-inquiry, they are used to describe our situation whereby consciousness identifies with the objects that arise within it. But we're told that there's the fourth or the transcendental truth. This is turiya, and it's always there. Turiya is always there. Turiya transcends all other states of consciousness. This is often mentioned. For example, in section 5, chapter 24, we hear about the self that transcends all other realms and states of consciousness. And it's pure consciousness which transcends all other states. Waking, dream and deep sleep are dependent on how tired we are. So they only happen at certain times. But at any time we can turn to turiya. We can realize the nature of awareness. And it's unbroken. We cannot break up consciousness any more than we can break up space. If I enclose space here, if I cup my hands together and enclose space, well, am I enclosing space? Because this cupping of hands actually exists within space. Am I actually decreasing space by doing this? And am I actually increasing space when I open my hands? Or is the amount of space staying the same? Everything arises within space. Awareness is like this, it cannot be broken up. The awareness within which notions of me as an individual arise is no different from the awareness within which notions of you as an individual arise. We're like two sets of cupped hands, thinking that we're somehow individual, separate. That awareness is no different from which the awareness in which your relatives and friends arise, and all the strangers. And in fact, that awareness is no different from which everything arises. That awareness is no different from all of the things which arise within it. So in this sense, awareness is like space. Space allows everything to happen, or space allows everything to exist, and in the same way, awareness allows everything to happen. Even as the taste of the juice of sugar cane, cultivated in 100 different fields, is uniform and same, even so the consciousness indwelling all beings is the same. That consciousness, I am. I am that conscious energy, Chit Shakti, which is larger than the universe, and yet subtler than the minutest atomic particle, and therefore invisible. It's larger than the universe because the universe arises within it. Everything arises within your awareness. I am the consciousness that exists everywhere like butter in milk, and whose very nature is experiencing. You cannot have experiencing without awareness. Experiencing and awareness are the same thing.